Well, it's back after a good 6, 7, 8 weeks gap. We are back to Oxford United in this YouTube only series from Manor to Glory. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. My name is Donut Donny, and welcome back, if you did follow the series originally when it came out, to a new version of From Manor to Glory. It's now February 2020 and there's been a couple of changes for Oxford. In real life they're doing really well. They've been in the news, doing well in the cups and everything like that, but in this save things are different. It's gone back to July 2019, and we will see how I get on. As always, these episodes, I'll try to make them about 30 minutes. So this is episode 1, which is just the introduction to Oxford United to people who have never heard about the club. And also we will go through the initial stages of me joining the club as well. And now it's going to go back in time because it's going to be July 2019 when I become the manager of the club. So this is the From Manor to Glory Revisited, as I'm calling it. So this is version 2 of the original series, which you can still see on my YouTube channel actually. And I'm going to have a lot of fun. So this is a YouTube series only because on my Twitch channel they're still carrying on my AFC Benson Low League management save, which is always live, which is always great fun. So if you ever get a chance to see me on Twitch, then please do. But this is going to be just a recorded series only. But first, the first bit of this is a bit of a background history about Oxford United. I went through with it in detail on the original series, so you can look at that version. But this is kind of like a more quicker version of the club. So let's flick over to some screens. Not that screen. This is a good plug actually. This is the FM editor on Twitter. He's the guy, very good guy, who does the lower league management saves right down to level 10 of the English League, and I've been using that on my AFC Benson Low League management screen. I'm actually using his current database, the winter database, which you can actually find down here. Just make sure you can see that all right. Yeah, down here you can see me as well. Hello. Click on that file and then that loads up his database, and then you can plonk the database into your Sports Interactive Football Manager 2020 editor data file. But anyway, let's go to Oxford United. Oxford United, an English professional football club based in the city of Oxford. The team plays in League 1, the third tier of English football. So this is level 3, so I'm not starting at level 10 here. The chairman is our Thai boss, and I can't pronounce that name, Sumrif. So we'll go and have a quick look at him in a minute. The current manager is Carl Robinson. Of course, he's going to be kicked out, and I'm going to become the new manager. And the team captain is John Mauricio, who's still at the club. Founded in 1893 as Headington United, Oxford United adopted its current name in 1960. Joined the Football League in 1962, which actually replaced Accrington Stanley. After winning the Southern Football League and reaching the second division in 1968, and then it just goes quickly about the ups and downs of the club. We were in the top division, the old Premier Division, the old First Division, which is now the Premier Division, between 1984 and 1986, and also we won our real only major trophy, the League Cup, in 1986, beating QPR 3-0 at the old Wembley. We were unable to enter the 1987 UEFA Cup. It would have been our first ever campaign in Europe because of the UEFA ban on English clubs, which lasted for many seasons. The club then went in decline, 18-year decline, and we actually got relegated to the Conference League in 2006, becoming the first winners of a major trophy to be relegated from the Football League. We did come back up 4 years later in 2010, beating York City 3-1 at the newer Wembley. And then we got promoted in 2016 from League 2 to League 1, where we are currently in Sweats, and where we're going to start. This is the stadium, the famous three-stand stadium. It's only got 3 stands, so when a ball is kicked into the car park, it really is kicked into the car park. The Kassam Stadium, also known as Grenoble Road, is the home of Oxford United Football Club. It's named after the ground's owner and former chairman, Firoz Kassam. Yeah, enough said about Firoz Kassam. He did save the club, but then as soon as he saved us and we got a new ground, we constantly then got relegated. And he's still owning the ground. There's talk about us trying to find a new ground now because most of the money goes to him and not to us. But we were previously at the Manor ground. This is the old Manor ground. It was a football stadium, and it was the home of us, Oxford United, who were previously known as Headington United, by the way, between 1925 and 2001. Here's some screenshots of what the old stadium looked like, and yeah, I actually been to a couple of games of that. I can remember how grey it was. There's one picture there. That's the old stand. Oxford United against, was that Walsall? I think it was. Is that Walsall? That looks like Walsall. Oxford playing in yellow. There's another picture of the old ground. And yeah, it was a lovely little stadium, but only capacity was only 9,500. It's now a housing estate, but there was time for it to move on, and we did move on. And we just go back to Sam. So the chair on it is this guy here. Oops, I can't click it. Oh no, it's not letting us do it anyway. Okay, the owner is Thai. I can't pronounce his name. Sumrif, that guy there, who was formerly with Reading, I think it was. But anyway, this is the Wikipedia page of Oxford. So we play in yellow and black. We play currently our strip for this game will be white. We have been away colours all black once, which I really liked. But we mostly play in yellow and black now. Oxford were formed as Headington in 1893 and then became Headington United in 1911 after merging with Headington Quarry. The club was founded by Reverend John Scott Tucker, the vicar at St Andrew's Church in Headington, and a local doctor named Robert Hitchens. And then basically just gives a quick history about that. And then we'll go for a move into professional football was first considered during 1948-49. The president, Vic Coolin, the president at the time, had applied for Headington to become a member of a new second division in the Southern League. Other teams that applied were Weymouth and Kettering and former league side Cambridge United. Although plans were postponed, the first division was going to be expanded by 2 clubs. Weymouth and Headington were elected. It was later discovered that Langley had just 1 vote further than Headington. Ooh. Oxford, well, as it was then, Headington played its first season in the Southern League in 1949, and the same year they turned professional. So they turned professional in 1949, and former forward Harry Thompson was hired manager. In 1950, Headington United became the first professional football club in Britain to install floodlights. Ooh. So all the floodlights you see in other league games, league clubs now, it was Oxford who did it, and used them on 18th December against Banbury Spencer. The strip was initially orange and blue shirts, but changed to yellow home shirts in the 57-58 season. The reason for the change is unknown. We do not know why. In 1960, Headington United was renamed Oxford United to give that club a higher profile. The story was, of course, the main club in Oxfordshire in those days was Oxford City, and they did not like Headington changing their name to Oxford because they were saying, hey, we're the top club in Oxford, how dare you take the Oxford name? But then Headington United came back saying, who's the club going into the league, us or you? It's us, isn't it? So we're going to take that name, and then they became Oxford United. Oxford won the Southern League title in 1962 for the second successive season and were elected to the Football League 4th Division, occupying a vacant place left by Accrington Stanley. Ironically, in 2000, and if we go way into the future now, 2006 when we got relegated, here's the amazing little fact. I'll highlight it to make it easier for you. After 44 years in the English Football League, Oxford were relegated to Conference National after finishing 23rd place, becoming the first former winners of the major trophy to be relegated from the league. Accrington Stanley, the club we replaced in 1962, were actually the club that replaced them. How ironic is that? So the club we replaced in 1962 replaced us in 2006. Pretty nice, actually. Pretty good justice there. And to this day, Oxford and Accrington have this bond about this. But anyway, that's the history of the club. Let's go and actually look at the stadium from Google Maps. This is always a nice little thing, and have a little walk around the stadium. I've actually been to the stadium many times. It is ironic that it's only 3 stands though. So we're going to do it from a height here. So basically this is the map of England. So if I just zoom right out, you can see where I am. So there you go, there's England. I live in England, I'm English. So we move the map a bit more centre, just make sure you can see that on this. Yeah, you can see everything good. So we'll zoom, 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 zooms in. Where the little highlight is where the Kassam Stadium is. And ironically, I'll show you where I am. I actually live around here, so I'm quite local. So we zoom, 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 until we reach the stadium. We're now coming to Oxford. And just realised it's actually pointing to the wrong thing. It's over here. So I remember where the Kassam Stadium is. Zoom, 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 zoom out again. Zoom, zoom back in again. Yeah, it's actually lost where the stadium is. Okay, so let's go and find the stadium again. There it is. Zoom, 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 zoom. Here we go. Here's where the Kassam Stadium is. So basically it's southeast Oxford. And it's in the area around here near Blackbird Leys. And there's the stadium. You can see what I mean by it's a freestanding stadium. There's the main three stands. This is the south stand, north stand, east stand, which is, I'm hoping it's going to be renamed Jim Smith. Jim Smith, famous manager of Oxford, who took them all up the leagues. Sadly passed away this year in 2020. So that's where, so it could be renamed after him. That's where the main hardcore of the supporters are, in the east stand here. South stand is families mostly. And if I go and watch Oxford, it's normally in the south stand as well. North stand, this is used for the home fans this side, and this is normally used for the away supporters. But for a big club like, for instance, the recent cup, we had Man City and stuff like that coming to play against us. They normally open this up more for the away supporters, depending how big they are. But this is the famous freestand stadium, as I mentioned before. So this is a car park. So if you kick the ball into the car park, it literally will go into the car park. So let's see if we can actually go into the stadium. Again, I need to browse Street View images. Is it that one? There you go. Here we are. Yes, that worked. There's the stadium. So this is from looking at the south stand, which that's the south stand there. And that's the car park, and that's the north stand over there. If we can try to virtually drive along the stadium. This is the conference centre, which was pretty new. And then we'll carry on again. And then we'll look again. This is the south stand here. Just carry on driving along. Carry along. See if we can turn here. Yes, we can. And now that's the south stand, and the east stand is just there. Not a very good picture, I'm afraid. So let's see if we can go better the other way. We might get a better picture of the stadium. So we're driving down Grenoble Road. That's why the club is the stadium is also known as Grenoble Road, because this is the Grenoble Road basically. So we're going down the road down here. Down here, that's the little bowling cinema complex over there. And we're going to go right here and see if we can actually go right up to the stadium. That's really good. This is probably the furthest we can go, but here we go. We can see the stadium in its all freestand glory. That's the south stand there, east stand there, north stand there. We can go a bit further. We can go a bit closer. This is good. So there you go, Oxford United main stand. Now there's rumours obviously that this might change. We might move, but we do not know yet if that's going to happen because the rent is so high. So we're going behind the north stand here. So again, that's the stadium there. South stand's now there. This is the north stand. So let's go around this road. Well, we can go really close to the stadium. This is the behind the north stand. This is where away supporters mostly go. And then we carry on driving. Brum, brum, brum. So you're now seeing a side from the other point of view. So again, north stand, south stand, east stand. The east stand is where the hardcore supporters are. We can go really close here. This is really nice. really close. So we're now going across where the ticket office normally is, and the front entrance of the club normally is. So we're going behind the south stand, going right behind the east stand, sorry, and this is the south stand over here. And if you want to know where the ticket office is generally just down here. This is the south stand now, so we're going really close, which is really nice actually, because in some Google images of football stadiums you can never get this close. So there's a ticket office here where you can get your tickets, obviously, and here's where you can go and get your food and your pints and your pies, you name it. And this is also the entrance to the south stand. South stand is more allocated to conference boxes and families, stuff like that. And that's it. And then we'll drive along for the final bit of this little mini tour back to where we were before, full circle. Back to the stadium again, and that's sort of like a good tour around the stadium. Now, that's the stadium for you. We're now going to the game, because we're going to start the game, the initial stages of the game in this first part. Again, this first part is just an introduction of how we're going to play. So please excuse me for seeing me there. Hello. And there's the game. So we'll start off with getting my manager sorted out. So the rules of this save is going to be pretty clear. The rules of this save is that I'm going to be Oxford United manager. I'm going to make my experience level a little bit higher than normal, because what I learned from the previous Manager to Glory series is that when I was a Sunday League footballer, even if I was doing really well, I had no trust from the players, because all the players thought they were more experienced and better than me. So I'm going to add up my experience to more like a national footballer. So it'd be interesting to see what my history is going to be like. Another rule is that I will try to stay at the club as long as possible unless I get sacked or unless the board takes over and decides not to keep me. If I do get headhunted by a top Premier League club, then I will decide there and then if I'm going to take that place or not. It depends on which club we are. But in this series I'm trying to stick with Oxford as long as possible, so hopefully trying to take them from League One up to the Premier League and maybe into Europe and further on in Champions League. Possibly the only way we will end this series is if we keep doing really well and it gets boring for people, or generally people just lose interest in watching this series. So hopefully not, and hopefully we're going to have a very successful and fun series. So we're going to go straight into the game and change my profile a little bit so I can at least have a good mini head start with the side. And then let's start fun, and then I'll look at the current Oxford United side that's in the game and see how up to date it is. This was a winter update. Since then, 2 of our top players have actually left Oxford, Baptiste and Forsu, back both to Brentford. So I need to decide if I'm going to keep them in or not. As this is July 2019, it's meant to be July 2019, I might keep them both in the squad, because in July 2019 they were both in the team. But it depends on how this update has been done. If there's a few changes that I need to do, I have got the editor, I will make those changes if I need to make those changes. But my aim is not to make those changes, if that makes any sense. But let's see how we get on. Just testing the mic just went a bit odd there, but it should be alright. Okay, so here's my name. I'm going to edit the profile because I think I need a bit more playing experience. Experience, yes. Next is experience, appearance even. Keep everything as it is. I think I like my face there, it's pretty decent. Choose next team. Team should be Oxford United. Let's see what the squad looks like. How up to date is the squad? That screenshot, by the way, is the Oxford City, but as you can see, you probably find it difficult to actually look at the stats on them, but make it a little bit darker for you. There's the squad. So we got Marissa, Henry. Let's do it by positions actually. Eastwood, Stevens, yeah. Dickey, Morris, Long, Hanson, sorry. Moore, Ruffles, Fawn. Yeah, Fawn's still there. Yeah, we got Kelly in. Cadden's actually gone. Cadden's gone. He's gone back to his main club. He's on loan from Columbus Crew. So when I join Oxford, I might actually take him back out to Columbus Crew because we haven't got him anymore. Gorham's still there. Henry, Sykes, Hall's on loan, and he's actually got put on loan, so that's good. Ford, Brown, Woodburn. I've just noticed Baptiste and Fosu are not in the game. Are not at inside, so it's actually really up to date. That's really good. And yeah, so I'm actually quite impressed by this. The guy, FM editor, who's done this database, has done a really good job here. He's done all the updates. So that's good. I'm happy about that. I just need to do Cadham, and that's it. So Oxford United manager. I'm not going to be a Sunday League footballer because that gives me a disadvantage straight away. I'm going to be a professional footballer, regional level. I'm not an international, so that will hopefully help me with some things here. Turn down the adaptability. That's way too high. Make me a bit more in the middle. I'm not a coach. I'm more of a manager. Got 10 points left to allocate. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can increase some of these stats. Can I? Oh no, I have to do these ones. Okay, youngster knowledge. I get my youngster knowledge up a bit. Get my level motivating up a bit. Actually, no. Let's put myself professional footballer local level. That's it. Make me a bit more. Hopefully that won't affect my reputation to the players. But so I've got 3 more points. Okay, yeah, I'm going to make it 6 and 7s. I think is pretty good. Determination, player knowledge, because I know Oxford United's players really well. And keep it like that. Okay, let's confirm that. Would you like to add an additional manager? No, let's start playing. Let's go straight to it. So the first thing we'll see is the board. What do the board want? Okay, that generally doesn't always appear there, does it? It's just this screen normally it appears. Oh, okay, never mind. Oxford United confirmed appointment of Mark Doney, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Would like to formally welcome to Oxford United, get acquainted with new surroundings. You received an interim welcome pack. Okay, no. Media prediction is 7th, reputation is 3 stars. No director of football, assistant manager Fag Zachary, yeah, Fag Zachary. And again, we went through the history of Oxford already. That's just a brief intro. We've got capacity of 12,000. And here's our current squad. Again, I will have to take Cadden out because Cadden is not with us anymore. Other than that, no more changes, which is really good. Players in youth system, yeah, I can do that. Work within wage budget. Top half finish. 3rd round on the FA Cup. 2nd round of the League Cup, the EFL. There's also the oh god, I forgot what it's called. The little cup that we play. Well, we'll see it in the next part. Reach the playoffs next season. My contract then expires. Okay, that seems all right. Finally, do not hesitate me if you'd like to know anything. Rangers, once again, welcome to Oxford United. Schedule a press conference, yes. Inter-friendly, no. Set an advice report, yes. That's cool. And then, of course, I'll save my game, as you always do when you start new saves. And we'll start. And already, with these 30-minute episodes, I'm already near the end of the episode 1. Time's gone quick. But we'll just go through some of these initial screens before I end today's episode. So, United players in their last contract, Zazami, Hape and Crooks, youngsters. I have to decide who I'm going to keep, who I'm not going to keep, and more importantly, what the finance is going to be like. Oxford are known not to have a lot of money, but I'm going to arrange some friendly league games to try and get some money in. Taxes introduction, yeah, don't need that. Club vision expectation meeting, I think I agree with them. Leasing.com trophy, that's what it's called. They got no predictions in that, so they don't really care whether we don't do well in that or not. So that's fine. Accept current vision. Develop youth system, which means I can get players over 30 if I want. So that's be offered me some experience. I'm trying not to though, unless they're really good older players. Pre-season prep. Players due to return would now be a good time to review your review plans for them. Okay, this is I have to get this sorted out. This is the training and everything, which I don't normally do. So let's do staff responsibilities. Where's responsibilities? Staff. There you go. Hiring and firing, first team recruitment, coaching courses. Okay, it's not that, is it? It's overview. That's better. Training. Where's training? Training responsibility. I got nothing in the training responsibility. Okay, so I'm not doing training. That's good. Reviewing staff contracts. Match day. Leeds matches Oxford United. Handles. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, actually, there's nothing changed there. Due to precinct career blah blah blah. What should I do for the next? No. Okay. Oh no, that's just an overview. And they're the friendlies we got at the moment. Fitness review. Griffiths was back for an injury. Yeah, he's actually just only come back in real life as well. Following rules: 7 players must be trained in England. Squad has no more than 99 players. We've only got 16, so we've got no worries there. Transfer window in progress. These guys have really gone. So Maguire has just in this game just gone to Man United. And here are the choices that he recommends. So we'll quickly just have a quick look at the squad. So we got Simon Eastwood, great goal in goal. Jack Stevens is deputy and might get another goalie in to offer good backup. Dickey, I'm surprised Dickey is still with us. Dickey is one of those top players who I think will likely go off in real life very soon, by probably end of this season. Then we've got Mauricio, who's the captain. He'll probably be one of my first players I'll get rid of because of his age, because he's 33 years old, but I might stick with him for just one season. We'll see. Things could happen. Then we got there's Simon Eastwood again. Great goalie. He's probably one of the most current top appearance guys in our league now. Jack Stevens, good debut, good backup, but I think I might get someone new in. Jamie Hansen has been injured a lot currently, but he's got some good stats, good bench player. Elliot Moore we got from Leicester City. Well, we got it from a Dutch side. Is this whereabouts is this side? Proxima families to face. What country are you in? I should recognise these. These are Belgian sides. So he's from Belgium then, but via Leicester. And he's actually turned out to be a really good defender with Dickey. So Dickey and Moore are centre backs. Ruffles done very well. He's had over 180 appearances for the club. One of my most experienced players and still very young. George Form we got from Derby, who's now permanently with us. He's had a bit of an injury crisis. Brannigan is another guy who I'm very surprised is still with us. He is a former Liverpool player. He only been in Liverpool for 3 games and he's already done 53 games with us. It'd be difficult to try to keep him, but hopefully he will stay. Kelly is on loan from us, from Feyenoord via Reading, our big rivals. He's going to be a really good player for us, good loanee. Chris Cadden's the guy who I'm going to move back over to Columbus Crew when I can, because he's not with us anymore. Alexander Rodriguez Gorin, or Gorin as we know him in Oxford. He is a good midfielder. And then we've got James Henry, who's actually turned out to be one of our top scorers, even though I'm going to struggle playing him because some of these positions I don't play. Mark Sykes from Ireland, from Glenavon, he's actually starting to do really well. We used to have a player called White. White moved over to Cardiff, who was also an Irish international. And Sykes, I think, is going to do much better at our club, and I think it's going to be, in the future, it's going to be difficult to try to keep him. Rob Hall's on loan to Forest Green. Anthony Ford's just come back from an injury as well, another good squad player. And then Marcus Brown, who was with us originally on loan last season, and he's come back on loan again from Middlesbrough this time, because originally he was at West Ham. And he's going to be one of our main strikers. Attacking wingers, actually, he's not a striker. Ben Woodburn, and also another former Liverpool player. Well, he still is, Liverpool player, but he's on loan from Liverpool. He's a Welsh international, 10 appearances, 2 goals, bit of injury prone though. Currently in real life he's injured, so we can't play him. But in this game he's not, so he'll be one of our top strikers, I think, and then he'll go off back to Liverpool. Samori, fringe players, it clearly says I definitely agree with that. He will appear for us a few times, but unlikely I will sell him if it means raising money. Jamie Mackie probably be one of the first players I will get rid of. No offence to him, but 33 years old, 34. His pace is going down. His pace is 9 for a striker. He's finishing. He's a very good bench player, but I would rather get a new guy in, a new kid in, maybe. Or this guy here, Agri even. He could be our new striker. His pace is 14. He's a very fast striker. He's got a good dribbling, finishing and first touch as well. So he could be the likely one to come in instead of... oh, that was my time limit just saying 30 minutes is done. I was just wondering what that beep beep was. And then we've got Matty Taylor. Matty Taylor, a former Oxford Utd youth player. There he goes. Who actually we got from Hampton United, but then he went through Oxford United through the youth, and he then currently is at Bristol City, and then we got him back on loan, and we got him for the whole season, so he should do really well for us. And then we'll just quickly go through the under 23s, see if there's any people that stands out. So I'll go by ability first. So Fabio Lopez is one with great ability, potential ability, so he could do really well for us. And then we've got quite a few others. We'll go through this in more detail in episode 2, because this was just really an introduction and a welcome back to the save. We've got some good under 18 players as well, actually. Yeah, that's not too bad. So that's it. So this is going to be the end of episode 1 of the series. So thanks everyone for tuning in to episode 1 of From Manor to Glory Revisited. Hope you enjoyed it. Episode 2 will be out very soon on YouTube. Again, I do Football Manager on the Twitch saves. Please come and watch them if I go live. Whenever I go live on my when I go live on Twitch, I actually make an announcement on Twitter. And then it's good to have I go on the lower league saves with AFC Benson on Football Manager 20, so I started from level 10 and I've gone up to level 6 now. But that's only on Twitch. This is only on YouTube, so I can split the two up. But yeah, thank you for watching this very first episode of the series, and please come back and watch episode 2. Goodbye for now.